Hello everyone. Thank you for joining today for Chair Yoga. My name is Sharon Rivet and I am so happy to be here with you today. Just from a prop perspective, if anyone jumped on, but for recording purposes, I have a blocks and strap, and I am using lavender essential oil today. And just a reminder, if you are using an oil, you just want to put a little drop on your palm and make sure you're just rubbing your palms together. And taking in that lovely smell of lavender. Well, today's theme is all about our breath. It's just breathe today. So throughout our practice today, we will be doing some different breath techniques, breath work, to help move our prana and energize. You have probably heard the word pranayama, practicing pranayama, and some of these breath works that we will be practicing today with through our poses. We won't be practicing where we're holding our breath, and that's actual pranayama where you sometimes retain and hold the breath. We'll be just having a nice flow of breath. And then before we get started, I did want to I'm not sure if you have practiced this with Ian or anyone else. It's called Balstroika or maybe Bellows Breath. And the reason I wanted to just quick introduce it before we start a class is there are some contraindications with this. So if you have any uncontrolled high blood pressure or a heart condition or any sinus problems right now, because I know it's changed seasons, so some people might have sinus, I'll show a variation, but the one we're going to do today is just an inhale through the nostrils, and as you exhale, it's a short breath out. So it's, you can raise your arms up and on the inhale, so raising them up, inhale, and pull down. If anyone is experiencing any of the things I mentioned, like I said, uncontrolled high blood pressure, if you're having sinus or a cold right now, I would not do such a forceful breath. You can just do the inhale and let it come out your mouth. Inhale and release softly through your mouth. So you can still get that action of moving prana. And I go back to my chair. Energize and all the benefits. So as we know in our practices, we can always use modifications, variation, and get the same great results that we get from yoga. So let's start by coming to center and bringing to mind our breath. So I'll be bringing awareness to breath throughout this practice. And if you'd like, you can gaze down at the floor or soften your eyes. And we'll take a few deep breaths and then we'll come into some even breathing. We'll start with a count of 3 inhale and 3 exhale. So let's just start by taking a few deep belly breaths, bringing that breath in, expanding your belly, ribs, chest, and as you release, just softening, letting your whole belly deflate. Take one more inhale, expanding belly and ribs, chest, and as you exhale, releasing. Now we'll come into some even breathing. You can use that same expansion and deflation. So on an inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Inhaling, 1, 2, 3. Exhaling, 1, 2, 3. Inhaling, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. And you can do 3 rounds on your own at your own pace. And when you finish your third breath, bring hands to heart center. And I would invite you, if you'd like to, set an intention for today's practice or your week. Maybe it's to just remember to breathe this week. Or let your awareness be on your breath, anything that might suit you. And then we'll release, letting your fingertips drop down towards the earth, sweeping your palms up towards the sky, taking an inhale, looking up. And as you exhale, releasing, chin to heart center. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, floating down. Inhale, reaching all the way up. And letting your left hand come down to the side. Right hand goes lightly on your head as you slowly bring your right ear to your right shoulder. Feeling that nice stretch. And letting your head come back to center. Inhale, both arms back up. Right arm comes down, left arm gently on your head, and getting that stretch. Breathing. So everything is about our breath today. Sweeping both arms up, interlacing your fingers, pressing up towards the sky. And then as you inhale, folding forward. Exhale to the sky. Inhale, folding forward. Exhale, releasing and letting your hands come all the way down on top of your thighs. So I know we've done this before, and no one's going to see you. We're going back to our lion's breath with our cat-cow. So we'll be curling into cat, and then as we move into cow, let your tongue come out and roar like a lion. So that really gets your breath moving, energy moving. So let's do it. And an inhale, curling into cat pose. And an exhale, coming into cow, tongue out, roar. That was lame for me. Inhale, curling. Exhale. Inhale, curling. Exhale. One more. Inhale, curling. Exhale. And slowly making your way up, coming into mountain pose. Hands can be on your thighs, pointing down to the earth, or if you want to open your heart center just a little more, you can turn your palms forward and breathe. And take an inhale now, sweeping up and coming into a variation on camel pose. So hands go behind your back, fingertips pointing down, shoulder blades coming together. And imagine there's a string just right at your heart center opening. Camel pose, Ustrasana. And we'll slowly release, sweeping our arms back up to the sky. And then as we fold forward, we'll come into a variation on Malasana, which is garland pose. So your hands can come forward into prayer hands, elbows on your thighs. Your feet can either be pointed forward, or if it's more comfortable, let your toes come out. And breathe. We're going to take a few twists here. So depending on how you're feeling today, we're going to take our right hand, we're going to twist all the way up to the sky. If you're not feeling it today, you can just bring your hand to your waist and twist without the arm. And then we'll exhale the right arm back down, left arm goes up. We're going to do a nice flow here again, bringing breath into our movement. Inhale, arm down. Exhale, arm up. Inhale, down. Exhale, up. And this time as we come down and exhale up, we'll hold for 2 breaths. Reminder, you can just have your heart and twist this way. And slowly releasing to the opposite side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, releasing down, coming back into garland pose, Malasana. And hands to your thighs as you gently roll all the way up. So we'll come into a sun salutation, and then we'll come into the Bellows Breath, Perestroika, that we talked about in the beginning. Just sweep our arms up to the sky. And as you exhale, fold forward, or arms just come to your thighs. Coming to a nice straight back, so hands on your shins. And as you exhale, folding forward and turning your palms up as you sweep all the way up. Hands floating through heart center. Come through that again as we inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhaling to a straight back. Exhale, folding forward. Sweeping all the way up on your inhale. And bringing that energy all the way down. Inhale. And exhale. So we'll come into Bellows Breath, a very energizing breath if you're feeling tired or you just need an extra little bump for the day or for something that you might be doing. So a reminder, if you have any heart concerns, if you have uncontrolled high blood pressure, sinus or colds going on, we're going to just inhale through our nose and exhale through our mouth. If you would like to practice, this is where we'll take our inhale, sweeping our arms up, making light fists, and then expressing it out our mouth. Inhale. 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 One more inhale. And take a few neutralizing breaths here. So if this is something you want to explore, you can practice it. Usually I say start at 5, add a couple, but usually you never go more than 20. And like all of our breath work, if you start to feel any dizziness, then just come back to our normal breath. I'm going to come into chair pose, so if you're practicing seated or standing, we'll take that inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, heart center comes forward if you're practicing standing. And then coming back to mountain pose. Inhale, sweeping up, sitting back into chair pose. And then standing or seated. We're going to take an inhale, bringing our arms down. Exhale, sweeping up. Inhale, down. Exhale, up. One more inhale down, noticing how your breath supports you through this mini flow. And exhale up, holding heart open, just like you're seated. And then coming back into mountain pose. Taking an inhale and exhale. We're going to come into crescent pose. So bringing your left leg to the side of the chair. Your back leg comes out and up on your toes. But remember, if you're having any hip issues, there's your block to use to help get you into the pose. Sweep our arms forward, inhale, shoulders down. And then bringing your arm down to your thigh. You're just going to take that extended arm and open up back. Just looking out over your thumb or wherever you can comfortably gaze. Opening up our whole chest area, our lung area, to support our practice today. And then inhale, sweep back up. Exhale, hands come to heart center as you turn yourself around to the opposite side. Coming back into crescent pose, sweeping your arms up. Breathing. Then bringing your forearm down as you sweep that arm back, gazing out, opening up your opposite lung. Finding openness as you breathe. Inhaling back to center, sweeping up. Hands coming through heart center as you come back and coming into mountain pose. So releasing into mountain pose, and this is a breath that called Baya. And this is a simple breath as we stand in mountain or sit in mountain. As you inhale, drop your chin towards heart center. And as you exhale, come right back up to neutral. Inhale, dropping. Exhale, back to neutral. Just take a few on your own. Very simple breath. It does help to stretch out the whole back of your neck. It's also a very calming breath that we can use anytime. We'll do one more inhaling and exhaling, coming back to neutral. We'll come into another sun salutation as we sweep up, honoring the sun. As we exhale, honoring the earth. Coming up to a nice straight back. Releasing forward. Sweeping all the way up. Bringing hands to heart center. We'll come into warrior one, so bringing your left leg out. Right leg goes back, so you want to have, if you can, your back foot turned. So if you were standing, you would almost think of your hips like headlights going forward. It's a little bit trickier on the chair. So again, don't forget, you can use your block. And we'll sweep our arms to heart center. Taking an inhale and an exhale. Inhale, we sweep our arms up into warrior one. Bringing both hands behind our head. Taking an inhale, looking up. And as you exhale, bringing elbows together. Inhale, looking up. Exhale together. Inhale, opening the front of your body, your lungs. And as you exhale, you're opening up the back of your lungs. Next time you inhale, it's coming straight up, letting your arms float up to the sky. Warrior one, shoulders nice and relaxed. And then bringing hands through heart center. And just feeling the breath moving through, the sturdiness of the pose. And slowly making your way through center. And coming to the opposite side, so getting yourself organized for your warrior one on this side. We'll take an inhale, sweep it up. Hands coming behind your head as you open. And bringing elbows together. Inhale, opening. Exhale together. Inhale, opening. Exhale together. Inhale, open. Exhale together. Coming up, reaching up to the sky. Then bringing hands through heart center as you make your way into five-pointed star, so your feet can be parallel, arms extended. If you want to stand, five-pointed star, breathing. And if you want to reach all the way up, shining five-pointed star. Then bringing hands through heart center and coming back down to seated. Take an inhale, sweeping up here. Exhale, hands down to our thighs. Inhale, opening heart center. Exhale, either hands can stay here on your thighs, or you can fold all the way forward in a wide forward fold. Hands can come to your legs, floor, block, anything that you need here. Even. Inhale and exhale. And bring your hands all the way up, sweeping up. Take a nice, easy twist over to the left. And we even use our breath as we come into a twist. So imagine as you inhale, the crown of your head is reaching towards the sky. And as you exhale, you're twisting at the waist. Inhale, extending. Exhale, twisting. Use your own breath, awareness in the body of where that sweet spot for you is in a twist. And if you want to extend your left arm back, because I don't have the room with the wall behind me, but feel free to extend. And then we'll slowly release as we sweep our arms up, inhaling, exhaling, right. And again, using your breath to extend and twist. Inhale, sweeping through center. Exhale, releasing, bringing your legs together, coming back into mountain pose. Finding your mountain pose. Breathing as we sweep up to the sky. Forward to the earth. Coming up with a nice straight back. Releasing. And sweeping all the way up. Hands floating behind. We'll come into a variation on camel again. So your fingertips down, shoulder blades together. Feel free to stay right here. Or take an inhale, and with your left arm you can release up to the sky. So this would be half camel. Imagine again your heart center is opening up. You want to bring your thumb and index finger together for Yana Mudra, a wonderful hand mudra, hand pose, to help with clarity and calmness. Breathing. Well, gently letting that hand come back down, releasing both hands as you sweep up, coming back into your modified camel, fingertips down, shoulder blades together, heart and lungs open. Staying here or taking the inhale, bring your right arm up, reaching. You can put a little arch in your back here if it's comfortable. Easing up, breathing. Taking one more full deep inhale. And as you exhale, releasing your hands, sweeping all the way up. And we'll fold forward, coming into a nice, gentle child's pose. So it's going to look different for all of us. Some of you may be all the way down. Some of us are using our arms as our prop. Breathe in here. Inhale and exhale. And then slowly making your way back up, coming into mountain pose. We're going to come into dancer pose, and there's a variety of ways you can do it on the chair. If you have a strap, it's often a little easier, so I'll show the standing version of it. So standing, you would be like this. Oops. Forward. So on the chair, or even if you want to do a variation on this using the chair, let's show some ways you can do it on the chair. So we can do it with a strap. And I'm putting the strap under my right foot and bringing it behind me, bending my knee. So my leg is off, as you can see, is off the floor. The whole opening of the heart and the lungs we've been doing, imagine that you're pulling forward. And then you can also come into the extension of the arm and breathe. So if this is not working for you, you can just bring your leg back, kickstand your toes, open your heart, and do it this way. For those that want to try standing, you can still use the strap. For anyone that's been holding the pose since we did the first variation, feel free to drop out. You can use the chair, bend a little forward, play with it. So inhaling, exhaling. If you haven't come out of dancer pose already, you can release the pose. Take a few breaths here. And we'll come on to the opposite side. So this pose is very asymmetrical. And so if you're bouncing or gently coming out of it, or sometimes like I just fall right out of it, it requires a lot of balance, a lot of concentration. So it's a pose to work at. So we'll come to the opposite side, our left leg. And depending on what you're practicing, if you're using the strap and seated, you're going to bring that behind. Take the inhale as you open up heart center, and if you want to raise your hand, or any of the other variations. And just breathe. Even if you're wobbly, breathe. And we'll take an inhale. Exhale, release. And then we'll do a little energy thing here with standing or seated. We haven't done this in a long time. Let's just shake our bones. So just shake it all out. Did great with breathing and opening our lungs. So let's just get that prana, our life force moving. And then we can let yourself slow down. Standing or seated, if you want to softly gaze at the floor, close your eyes. Become aware if this has resulted in any energy moving through your physical body. And if nothing happened this time, it's okay. You just keep on practicing. And then coming back down to seated. And take an inhale to sweep up. Exhale, folding forward again into child's pose. Starting to release the more vigorous part of our practice as we begin to move towards Shavasana. Gently pressing up as you bring your right knee up, giving a nice squeeze. And release. Bring your right knee up, squeezing. And release. And coming into some gentle circles as we practice different breath techniques. We practice poses that open up the front and back of our lungs. We want to make sure that we release any tension in our backs or our chest. And then we'll come back to seated for just a few more rounds of how we started our practice. Coming into even breath. So if 3 is too short for you and you want to go to a higher count, by all means, I'll start us out at 3. We'll do a couple rounds and then gently move into Shavasana. Take a deep inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Inhaling, 1, 2, 3. Exhaling, 1, 2, 3. Then finding your own breath and flow for a few more cycles. And as you release your last breath, and make your way into Shavasana, relaxation and surrender. And I'll sign the chime when it's time to come out. And as you move into your relaxation, again, either softening your eyes or closing. I'll read this poem from Dana Fowles on breath. Breathe in spaciousness and acceptance of what is. Breathe out resistance and breathe in possibility. Breathe out doubt. Breathe in ease. Breathe out the need to change the way this moment is unfolding. Breathe in the certainty that what we really are is so much bigger. Breathe in openness and breathe out a prayer of thanks that even in the midst of difficulty, there is awareness. Gently becoming aware of the space around you. Noticing any sounds inside, perhaps some distant sounds outside. Becoming aware of your own breath, breath flowing in and out, breath bringing in life force, energy. And bringing one palm on top of the other at your heart center. Taking this moment to recall any intention you might have set for your practice or your week. And then ending our practice with an inhale. Inhale, I am calm. Exhale, I am at peace. Inhaling, I am calm. Exhaling, at peace. And knowing that at any time you can come back to any part of your practice today to find your breath, calmness, and peace. Gently opening your eyes, bringing hands to heart center. Thank you for practicing with me today. Thanking you for allowing me to practice with you. Have a wonderful day, a wonderful week. Namaste. The light and the teacher may honors the light and the teacher in you. Thank you.